we saw the future because nowadays the transport and the communication has been developed, and then it gets the more of the inventions to create the simplifying their daily activity. The transport has been made up so easily to travel one place to another places, and then the communication is also easy to with the connecting the people to the world. The communication sector gives the world as a village, because if you are like to say hi to your the American uncle, he already know about waiting for your message. The message has been sent so easily because we are still living in the technological modern period. The modern inventions gives easy to understand, and then it was easy to fulfill the needs of communication. Okay students, why I am saying these types of lessons, these types of photo clips and video clips? Why? Because now we learn about the types of communications and then the types of transport. That's why we imagine how the future is beyond in front of we. Okay, this transport and communication is helpful for our economic development. Yes, this is called lifelines of national economy. The transport and communication and trade are together, including the territory economics activity. In this chapter, we will study the following concepts about the transport and its types, and how the transport to helpful to develop the national economic, and then also the communication. What is the types of communication and how the communication to helpful grow our economic development. The lifelines of national economic. In this modern area, in the modern period, we well developed in the communication. We all are having mobile phones, and some of them having the laptops, tablets, and some other gadgets. So in these types of gadgets to helpful to convey the message to another one. The means of transport, it has three types: land, water and air. Land, roadways, railways and pipelines. In water words, inland water and then overseas. The air means a domestic air transport, the international air transport, and then also it concluding the private sector and public undertaking sectors. The land transport. In this map we saw the green line, it's called the Golden Quadrant line, and then the next one it connects the Kanyakumari and then Jammu and Kashmir, and also we are having the border roads. So first one, the roadways of transport. The cheap and the poor people is also accessible to getting these types of road transport. The surface and unsurfaced roads. Surfaced and unsurfaced means metalled roads, unmetalled roads. Roads are very important to carrying the products one place to another place. Super highways. So what is super highways? If you like to moving so fastly, please use the super highways. So these highways is reduced the time travel to one place to another place is more than half. If you are in travel in village roads, it gets a more traffic, but the super highways, they are giving the less level of traffic roads and so easy to going to one place to the another places. The roads under the schemes are Golden Paternal Road. It connects the four metropolitan cities. The length of 5,846 km. It connects Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. The North-Southwest Corridor. It connects Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Its total length is 7,300 km. And Link Road, it will link 10 major ports: Jawaharlal Nehru Port, Kandala, Marmagova, Tuticorin, Chennai, Ennur, Visakhapatnam, Paradeep, Kochi and Haldia. So, and then the international highways. What is international highways? Delhi is India, is it in India, and then it connects Lahore in Pakistan, also Dhaka and Kolkata. It's called the international roads. So national highway, it's called NH. The total kilometers of NH 70,548. Another dimension 1,28,000 kilometers. Students, think about so long this land transport. Okay, if you are seeing these types of transport in so high expenses of cost and filled in the road, and then it going so fastly, the land transport, it getting a very good travel and also carrying so many of goods. The huge level of goods is carrying in every day. The state highways. What is state highways? The state highways has been maintained by the state government. So it's called the state highways. It connecting one state to another states. And then next one, the district roads. The district roads has been maintained by the district government, like Jabalpur and Katani. And other roads means it is called the village roads or other maintained roads. So other roads, if you are seeing the village roads, some of village roads, it has some of loopholes. Loopholes means நிறைய பள்ளங்களை நீங்கள் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. அதில் நிறைய குண்டும் குழியுமாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அதில் இறங்கி 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 பிரேக் டான்ஸே கற்றுக்குவாங்க நிறைய பேர். அண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் இஸ் பார்டர் ரோட்ஸ். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் பார்டர் ரோட்ஸ்? எல்லைச்சாலைகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய இந்த ரோட்ஸ். ஸோ இது பார்த்திங்க அப்படின்னா இந்தியாவுடைய எல்லையும் பாகிஸ்தானுடைய எல்லையும் கிராஸ் பண்ணும். இட் கிராசஸ் டு த ஒன் கண்ட்ரிஸ் டு த அனதர் கண்ட்ரிஸ் பார்டர். Okay, so it's connecting to the land wise one country to the another country. It's called the border roads. எல்லை சாலைகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. And next one, the another important transport method we followed the huge level of in India. It's called railways. In the British period, India got the railway in 1853, Mumbai to Thane. In the important railway sector, it connects total route length is 63,332 km. There are about 7,133 stations spread across the length of the breadth of the country. The total railway feet is the locomotives 8,330, 47,370 passenger service vehicles, 6,180 other coach vehicles, and also per day 2,04,034 members and travel at the same day. The largest railway station system we have is the fourth largest in the world. And then also about the 18 lakh workers are engaged in the railway works. These railways carried about 65,240 lakhs passengers in every year, and then 7,939 lakhs tons freight in the year 2007 and 8. Super fast trains, fast goods trains, the container services has been also introduced. About 80% of freight transport traffic, 70% of passengers to carry the railway length only. The most of the railways found in the level Gangetic Plains, about 50% of total length railway in India found in the northern India. The Northern India Railway is the longest railway with the length of the 10,977 km. Many physical and economic factors are responsible for it. The northern base is the level plain with low altitude and the best suited for the construction of railways. Due to dense population, big towns have developed which not to the high density of railways. The intensive development of agriculture and industries have promoted the construction of the railways lines. It is essential for the connecting Mumbai to Kolkata and the hinterland of the northern plains. The railways have not been extensively developed in Jammu and Kashmir. Railways were linked in southern, western and then eastern ports in the Srinagar and Kashmir provinces. Jammu and Kashmir railway link is under construction. In South India, construction railway is very good in the nearest levels. The Indian Railway are undertaken by the public sector. The railway have been the integrated force of the more than 150 years. The railways at present are multi-garage operation extending over 63,332 km route. The garage wide route to the track in the length system of the 31 March in 2008 as below. The route length of the passengers. Track is the parallel lines of the rails on which the railway train runs in the always more than the route. A place where the rail routes across the diverge is known as the junction. See Indian Railway map. These different gauges create many hindrances. Therefore, effects on the made convert the broad gauge track. The unique system of the ensure uniformly this high speed, reducing transshipment and cheaper transportation. Railway zones. The India has 17 different railway zones. The problem faced by Indian Railway Board, the transshipment from the one gauge to another, delays in the trains, poor facilities and overcrowd at the railway stations, bad habits of the people like throwing all kinds of waste in railway compartments of the railway stations, theft and damage to the railway property. So these types of distribution, and also we have the pipeline transport. The pipeline transport is an important means of the transporting petroleum and natural gas. In some countries, pipelines are used for transporting milk. Coal is also transported through the pipeline by converting coal into the slurry. It is a chief means of the transport in the inaccessible areas, dense forests, deserts, high mountains and even underwater. The pipelines when have the constructed in India are given below. A pipeline connects Assam oil fields in the Guwahati and then Baruni in Onto Haidio in the branches, one running of the Allahabad and then over the Raiband in Marguram and Guwahati and Siguri. A pipeline connects the Haidia to the refinery with the Baruni. So these types of pipelines as giving so fast transport because there is no traffic in there. There is no traffic police and then there is also not faced in the traffic signals. So that's why in these types of pipeline transport to giving the so quick and energetic in the transport level. And next to transport is waterways like inland transport. So what is inland transport? If we are using the international or the national border to using the seas or ocean, it's called the coastal or sea transport. And we are using the rivers or canals to transport the products, it's called the inland transport. The following waterways has been declared National Waterways NW. The Ganga and river total 1620 kilometers stretch between Allahabad and Haldia. It was the National Waterways number 1. The Brahmaputra river 891 kilometers it covers, stretch between Sardinia and Dobabi. National Waterways number 2, and then the West Coastal Line Canal, and 168 kilometers stretch between Kollam and Kottayam. The two other canals in Kerala, Udayamandal Canal 40 kilometers and Champara Canal 22 kilometers. Other inland waterways including Godavari, Krishna, Sundarbans and Kaveri is also. And next one is shipping. Shipping to using, we import and export the items from the other country. We are using the huge level of containers to carry it out by these types of ship. It's called the cargo ships. And next one, we have the Indian map, a sea or oceanic transport. So if you see what is the ways to carry out the products or the passengers to one country to the another country. Students, if you are seeing in the ship models, so it was the routes. The famous port is Kandala. It was in Rann of Kutch in the Gujarat. And next one is Mumbai, is one of the famous port. So it was the huge level of products carried out in the Mumbai port. And next port is Marmagova. So Marmagova after Cochin. Is it in Kerala? Cochin is also the one of the most important and oldest ports in India. On other ports like Kolkata, Paradeep, Visakhapatnam, Chennai and Nagapattinam, and also Tuticorin and Kanyakumari ports. And next one, the Indian Airways. The air travel today is the faster and most comfortable and prestigious mode in the transport. It can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, dreary deserts, dense forest and also the long oceanic stretches with great hills. Think in the northeastern part of the country, marked with the pressure of big rivers, deserted relief, dense forest and frequent floods on the international frontiers, etc. in the absence of the air transport. The air travelers has made access easier. The transport will nationalized in 1953 on the operational side. Indian Airlines, Alliance Air, subsidiary of the Indian Airlines, private scheduled airlines of the non-scheduled private provides domestic air services. Air India provides the international air services. Pawan Helicopters provides helicopter services. The Oil and Natural Gas Corporation ONGC offshore operations to access an inaccessible areas to difficult terrains to the like the northeastern state in the interior parts of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh and neighbor states countries like the South and Southeast Asian and Middle East countries. We have so many of the international airports like Kolkata Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Airport and Jawaharlal Nehru Airport, Indira Gandhi Airport and Meenambakam Airport. And next one, another important aspect is communication. If communication is good, we transfer information here and there. Ever since humans appeared on the earth, they have used different means of the communication, but the pace of the changes has been rapid in modern times. So if we are using these types of telephone, is that? No. Some members are not seeing these types of telephones because we are handling these types of communication devices, and now we are in the 5th generation like 5G. We are using so many of new inventions, mobile phones to transfer our information. It's called the IT, like information technology. And also we saying the IT is India tomorrow is making a good level of development in technological period. If you are using these types of mailbox, no. And also the India's next one, the next important is the Indian tourism. If India is called a the subcontinent. Why? Because these types of places is in India. In India, we saw the huge role of mountains and deserts and some these types of religious places and biggest monuments and the biggest inventions and creations. So it develops India in the sector of tourism. The tourism in India has grown substantially over the last 3 decades. Foreign tourist arrival in India witnessed an increase 4.5% of during in 2015 as against the year 2014, contributing 1 crore 35 lakhs 193 crores of the foreign exchange in 2015. 8.3 million foreign tourists visited in India in 2015. More than 15 million people are involved and engaged in the tourism business. You just see these places, how beautiful this is. In India is also famous for their wildlife. We have the different wildlife, the different places, the different rivers and natural vegetation. Tourism also promotes national integration, provides supports to the local handcrafts and cultural pursuits. It is also helpful in the development of the international understanding about our culture and heritage. Foreign tourist visitors, India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventurous tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. There is a vast potential for developing of the tourism in all parts of the country. Efforts are being made of the promotes different types of the tourism for the upcoming industries. Okay students, thanks for watching. If you having any doubt, please comment in below and subscribe our channel for our latest updates. Thank you.